Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app, and there you can get the current affairs in digest format as well as in quiz format. And this is how you can attempt the quiz. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. This is the name of Telegram channel, GKToday YouTube. The link of GKToday mobile app and the link of this Telegram group is given in the description box. So now let's start. What is the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act passed by the Parliament on 24th of April 1992? So the question is, this Amendment Act is related to, right answer is PRI, that is Panchayati Raj Institutions, and therefore 24th of April is special, and every year on 24th of April Panchayati Raj Day is celebrated. And recently, on the occasion of this Panchayati Raj Day, Prime Minister launched two new initiatives. One is Swamita scheme, another one is Gram Swaraj platform. So this Swamita scheme is launched with the aim of creating a land records. So the Swamita scheme is launched with the aim of creating a record of property ownership of land in rural areas. So this is related to ownership, and this Gram Swaraj initiative will provide the records of projects implemented by the authorities in every village panchayat under GPDP. GPDP stands for Gram Panchayati Development Plan. So 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act is associated to PRI, that is Panchayati Raj Institutions, and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act is associated to ULB, that is Urban Local Bodies. So that means this one is for rural areas and this one is for urban areas, and it is known as third tier. First tier is union government, second one is state government, and third one is this PRI and ULB. Next question is, an e-office application called e-Karyalaya has been launched by which CAPF to enable the digital movement of files during this COVID-19 pandemic situation. So this is an initiative of CISF, that is Central Industrial Security Force. So CISF is under Ministry of Home Affairs, and recently it launched this e-Karyalaya. Karyalaya is the Hindi term for office. Now, if we talk about few other mobile applications or initiatives which were in news recently Haryana government launched Sampark Baitak mobile application for the students. Apart from Haryana, recently Uttarakhand launched Sampark Didi to provide virtual lessons to the students. So these two are for students. In addition to that, recently Karnataka launched Get CET Go. So this is an initiative by Karnataka government to provide online crash course for the students who are preparing for CET and for NEET. So this one is by Karnataka government. Now Karnataka government also launched Apta Mitra. This is an app and helpline number to provide assistance during this COVID-19. Apart from that, Rajasthan government launched IU and Sehat Sathi app. You can pause it and take a screenshot so that you don't have to write it. Which is the first academic institute to get ICMR approval for a real-time diagnostic test? So this institution is IIT Delhi. ICMR is Indian Council of Medical Research. It is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So recently this KSBS of IIT Delhi has developed a COVID-19 test kit, and it has been approved by the ICMR. Therefore, it became a first institute to be approved for a real-time kit. Now what is KSBS? It is Kusum School of Biological Sciences, and it is associated to IIT Delhi. Now, if we talk about few other initiatives related to this COVID-19, recently Madhya Pradesh government launched a scheme named Jeevan Shakti Yojana of women. Now, what is the objective of this scheme? As per this scheme, women in urban areas can earn money by making masks at home, and the government will purchase these masks and will pay 11 rupee per mask. Apart from that, recently Kerala was in news as Kerala hospitals started deploying Karmi boat to serve COVID-19 patients. Kerala was also in news as recently Kerala government has set up Ayurveda bodies at state, regional and at district levels for COVID-19 prevention program, and the government has started Ayur Raksha clinics at the government hospitals. Ayur is associated to Ayurveda. Now apart from that, recently Uttarakhand government, and to be precise USDMA, that is Uttarakhand State District Management Authority, has launched a portal, and the name of this portal is Drishti. So this portal has been launched to provide the accurate information on the coronavirus, and this has been launched by Uttarakhand State District Management Authority. Apart from that, recently IIIT created Willokana search engine for COVID-19 research. What is this IIIT? It is Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management, and it is in Kerala. And the name of the search engine is Willokana. In Sanskrit, it means finding out. Apart from that, recently IIT Bombay plus NIT Srinagar and IUST collaborated and have developed a low-cost ventilator, and the name of this ventilator is Ruhdar, and this has been developed using the locally available materials. What is the objective of COVID-19.odisha.gov.in portal that has been launched by Odisha government? So this portal is related to the registration of migrant workers, and as the description of the portal itself clearly says that it is for those who want to return to Odisha after lockdown. So they need to fill this form, and then the Odisha government will arrange appropriate means so that they can return to Odisha. Actually, the problem is that due to lockdown, a lot of people are now in other states. Suppose people of Odisha are now in other states like Gujarat, Maharashtra. So if they want to return back to Odisha, this is a arrangement for that purpose. As per the recent announcement from Union Minister Nitin Gadkari, what is the objective of rupee 1 trillion fund proposed to be set up by the government? So right answer is repaying outstanding debts of MSMEs. So related to this 1 trillion, there is an initiative 1t.org. Answer in comment box what is the purpose of this initiative. Now coming back to original question, so this fund has been proposed for repaying the outstanding debts of MSME. Present MSME Minister is Nitin Gadkari. His constituency is Nagpur. He also holds the portfolio of Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Now recently he was in news as he launched India's first intercity electric bus service, and this bus service will operate from Pune to Mumbai. Now Pune was also in news as it is the host of Indian Science Congress in 2021. Apart from that, Pune was also in news as recently Pune Municipal Corporation developed a mobile app named Sanyam. So this is for the management of COVID-19 patients. Now this was the first intercity electric bus service that was launched in Maharashtra. Apart from that, recently India's first LNG bus service was launched in Kochi. Kochi is in Kerala. Which mutual fund house announced that it has shut down 6 of its schemes due to the market disruptions amid COVID-19? So this has been announced by Franklin Templeton Mutual Fund, and it is one of the largest AMC. What is AMC? AMC stands for Asset Management Company. Which state has launched a scheme to provide loans to the women self-help group at 0% interest rate? So this has been announced by Andhra Pradesh government to provide loan to SHG at 0% interest, and the interest component will be handled by state government. That means state government will pay the interest on the behalf of these self-help group. At present, self-help group borrow from the banks at interest rate of 7 to 13%. Now, Andhra Pradesh was also in news as recently Andhra Pradesh government launched YSR Nirman and COVID-19 portals. Andhra Pradesh was also in news as recently, couple of months ago, Andhra Pradesh government launched Nigah app to ensure the clean and healthy elections. So this was launched before this lockdown situation. Andhra Pradesh was also in news as recently, few months ago, it decided to provide home delivery of sand. Apart from that, the state was also in news because of Disha Act. This is related to this act has the provisions to provide stringent punishment to those who are involved in crimes against women. Which global leader topped the list of most interactions in their Facebook page according to the recent study conducted by BCW? So as per this study, US President Donald Trump topped the rankings for most interactions in his Facebook page over the past 12 months. And this was pointed out in a report titled World Leaders on Facebook. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro followed Donald Trump. That means he is on second position. Brazilian President was the chief guest of our this year's Republic Day ceremony. Our Prime Minister Mr. Modi is the most popular world leader on Facebook. Now, if we talk about Facebook, recently Facebook was in news as it has acquired 9.9% stakes in Reliance Jio platforms, and subsequently now WhatsApp, which is an entity of Facebook, is being integrated with JioMart. JioMart is the e-commerce platform of Reliance. So these are being integrated so that it is possible to order online using WhatsApp. Now Facebook was also in news as recently it launched a dedicated mobile app for gaming, and the name is Facebook Gaming Worldwide. Now Facebook was also in news as recently Facebook partnered with Indian fact-checking website Boom for a third-party fact-checking system in Bangladesh. Answer in comment box, who is India's High Commissioner in Bangladesh? Now Reliance was also in news as recently it launched Mission Anna Seva, and this is an initiative of Reliance Foundation, and it is the world's largest free meal program by any corporate foundation globally. On which date the World Malaria Day is observed by WHO? So it is on 25th of April. And the theme of this year's World Malaria Day is Zero Malaria Starts With Me. WHO stands for World Health Organization. Headquarters is in Geneva, in Switzerland. The present chief of WHO is Dr. Tedros Adhanom. He is from Ethiopia. Ethiopia is an African country. Capital of Ethiopia is Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is the headquarters of African Union, and recently South African President Cyril Ramaphosa became the chairperson of African Union. What is the theme of World Immunization Week, which is being celebrated from 24th of April to 30th of April? So this World Immunization Week is celebrated with the aim to promote the use of vaccines, and the theme of this year's World Immunization Week is Vaccines Work for All. Who has been appointed as the CVC, that is Central Vigilance Commissioner of India? Right answer is Mr. Sanjay Kothari. So Mr. Sanjay Kothari has been appointed as CVC. Now the appointment of CVC is done by President on the recommendation of a committee, and this committee consists of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition and Minister of Home Affairs. Apart from him, recently few other personalities were in news. Recently, former Pakistani cricketer Sana Mir announced her retirement. Apart from her, recently Ronnie Roy passed away. He was the well-known photojournalist. In addition to him, recently the veteran politician Devanand Kaur passed away. He had served as the governor of Bihar, Tripura, and West Bengal. Apart from him, recently, Matthias Bo announced his retirement. Answer in comment box. He is associated to which sport? What is the name of major observatory of NASA which recently completed 30 years? So it is HST, that is Hubble Space Telescope. And in 1990, on 24th of April, NASA had launched this Hubble Space Telescope, and NASA runs this in partnership with ESA. ESA is European Space Agency. NASA is the space agency of USA. So recently, it completed 30 years. Now, if we talk about USA, recently US President Donald Trump nominated Indo-American diplomat Manisha Singh as America's next envoy to OECD. What is OECD? It is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. The headquarters of OECD is in France, and OECD conduct PISA. So, Manisha Singh is an Indo-American. Apart from her, recently one more Indo-American was in news, and her name is Seema Nanda. Answer in comment box. C is associated to which field? So now coming back to OECD. So the headquarters of FATF is also in OECD. FATF stands for Financial Action Task Force. Recently, Saudi Arabia became the full-fledged member of FATF. And Saudi Arabia is the first country in the Arab world to get full membership of FATF. Saudi Arabia was also in news as recently it abolished death penalty for the crimes committed by minors. Minors means those who are below 18. Previously, Saudi Arabia was also in news as it abolished flogging. In Hindi, it means kodhe marna. So, Saudi Arabia has abolished flogging as a punishment. Now, coming back to USA. Recently, USA was in news as US FDA approved first at-home COVID-19 test kit. And this is first of its kind, and it has been developed by LabCorp. Apart from that, NASA was also in news as recently it has developed high pressure ventilator, and the name of this ventilator is Vital. Now USA was also in news as recently US Geological Survey released first ever digital geological map of Moon. So US Geological Survey launched this first ever geological map of Moon in collaboration with NASA. Access to COVID Tools Accelerator is an initiative launched by which organization? So this has been launched by WHO. WHO stands for World Health Organization, and it has announced an initiative, Access to COVID Tools Accelerator. So it will be a collaborative step towards developing a vaccine. Now, if we talk about few other initiatives related to this COVID-19, recently King George Medical University became the first government hospital in our country to successfully launch the plasma therapy for the treatment of COVID-19. So this became the first government hospital in our country, and it is in Uttar Pradesh. Recently, Uttar Pradesh was in news as it started geotagging the community kitchens, and therefore it became the first state to do so. Uttar Pradesh was also in news as recently it started pool testing. So your homework is to read about pool testing and how it is different from rapid testing. This is your homework. Now coming back to Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh was also in news as recently it banned public gathering till 30th of June. Apart from that, recently Goa became the first state of our country to be free from coronavirus. Manipur is the second state to be free from corona, and Tripura is the third state. Which industry has been recently declared as a public utility service for 6 months by the Government of India? So, the banking industry has been declared as a public utility service for next 6 months, and this has been done under the provisions of IDA. What is IDA? It is Industrial Disputes Act. Now, since it is placed under this Industrial Disputes Act, people working in the banking sector would not be able to participate in any kind of strike during the specified time period. That means For the next 6 months, employees from the banking sector won't be able to participate in any kind of strike, as now it has been declared a public utility service using the provisions of Industrial Disputes Act. Now, if we talk about banking, recently RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, has given its approval to Transcorp International to issue co-branded prepaid cards, and Transcorp International has become one of the first non-bank companies to receive the approval to enter into the co-branding agreements. RBI was also in news as recently RBI announced a special liquidity facility of rupee 50,000 crores for the mutual funds. RBI was also in news as recently it launched Money app to help visually challenged people to identify currency notes. Present RBI governor is Mr. Shaktikant Das, and recently he was nominated as the Banker of Year for Asia Pacific. RBI was also in news because of Operation Twist. The 2020 International Delegates Day marks the 75th anniversary of which historic conference? Right answer is San Francisco Conference. So this International Delegates Day was celebrated for the first time in 2020 on 25th of April, and it marks the 75th anniversary of San Francisco Conference. And this conference is historic in the sense that it laid the foundations of UN. UN stands for United Nations. So this conference is also known as UN Conference on International Organization. So these were the important questions of today's quiz. Thank you, and that's all for the day.